Hi everyone! In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to crochet this beautiful beaded flower with 8 spiral petals. Each bead is joined to the flower during the crocheting process. Let's begin the work and see how to do it. For work, you need a ball of yarn, 17 beads, and a crochet hook. Begin the work by making a chain of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now join the chain in the round by making a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. The foundation ring is ready. Begin the first round, a round of single crochet stitches. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn and single crochet 23 into the foundation ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and continue. I have made 23 single crochet stitches into the ring. Now complete the first round by making a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. The first round is ready. Let's start the second round. In this round, we will join 8 beads. So, make them ready. Begin the round. Chain 3 to bring up the yarn. 1, 2, 3. Then take a bead and put it on the hook. Insert the hook into the chain stitch of previous round that we worked a slip stitch into to complete that round. Pull up a loop through and then pull this loop through the bead. Then chain 1 to secure the bead. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Hold these 2 loops and continue. Yarn over the hook twice and begin the treble into the same chain stitch of previous round. Work the treble as you normally would until you have 3 loops on the hook. We have 3 loops. Now yarn over and pull through 3 to complete the stitch. 1 bead is attached to our work. Continue chain 5 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then yarn over the hook twice to begin the treble. Skip 2 stitches of previous round. 1, 2, insert the hook into the third stitch and begin the treble. Work it until you have 2 loops on the hook. Hold 2 loops, then join the bead. Repeat the same, put it on the hook. Insert the hook into the same stitch of previous round, pull up a loop through. Then pull this loop through the bead on the hook. And chain 1. Now hold 3 loops on the hook and begin the second treble into the same stitch of previous round. Stop when you have 4 loops on the hook. Now yarn over and pull through 4 to complete the cluster stitch with a bead. The second bead is also attached to the work. Continue and repeat the same. Chain 5 for the chain space. And begin the cluster. Yarn over the hook twice. Skip 2 stitches of previous round and work the treble into the third stitch. Work till you have 2 loops on the hook. Do not complete this treble. Then put a bead on the hook. Insert the hook into the same stitch of previous round. Pull up a loop through, then pull this loop through the bead on the hook. And now chain 1. Hold 3 loops on the hook and begin the second treble into the same stitch of previous round. Stop when you have 4 loops on the hook. Now yarn over and pull through 4 to complete the cluster stitch. The second bead is joined. Then again chain 5 and keep working the same. Continue this way till the end of the round. I'm about to complete the second round, chain 5 for the last chain space, and now complete the round by making a slip stitch into the first cluster. The second round is ready. As you can see, in this round we joined 8 beads. Let's begin the next third round, where I'll be joining 8 more beads to our flower. So to begin the third round, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now put a bead on the hook. Insert the hook into the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert the hook into the 4th chain stitch, pull up a loop through the stitch and then through the bead on the hook. Chain 1 to secure. We have 2 loops on the hook. Hold these 2 loops and continue. Yarn over the hook twice and work the treble into the same chain stitch. Do not complete this treble. Stop when you have 3 loops on the hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops to complete the cluster. Here we have made the foundation for the first petal and at the same time joined a bead. Let's continue this round. Chain 9 for the chain space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And work the cluster. Begin the triple treble stitch into the next cluster of previous round. Yarn over the hook 4 times to work the triple treble. Insert the hook into the cluster and pull up a loop through. Then yarn over and pull through 2, repeat 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not complete the triple treble. Hold 2 loops on the hook and join a bead. Put a bead on the hook. Insert the hook into the third 2 loops away from the hook on the post of the triple treble we've just made. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3. Or it is the second counting from the bottom of the post. So insert the hook into 2 strands, pull up a loop through, and then pull through the bead as well. Chain 1. We have 3 loops on the hook, hold them and continue. Treble crochet into the same 2 strands on the post of the triple treble. Work the stitch till you have 4 loops on the hook. Then yarn over and pull through all to complete the cluster. Pull through all 4 loops. Continue the round and repeat the same. Chain 9 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yarn over the hook 4 times and begin the triple treble stitch into the next cluster of previous round. Do not complete this triple treble. Stop when you have 2 loops on the hook. Hold 2 loops on the hook and join a bead. Put a bead on the hook. Insert the hook into the third 2 loops away from the hook on the post of the triple treble we've just made. Pull up a loop through and then pull this loop through the bead on the hook and chain 1. Then hold 3 loops on the hook and continue. Treble crochet into the same 2 strands on the post of the triple treble stitch. Work the treble like you normally would until you have 4 loops on the hook. Now yarn over and pull through all 4 to complete the cluster. Continue this round, make the chain space, then the cluster with the bead the exact same way. Keep working the same till the end of the round. I chained 9 for the last chain space. Now complete the round by making a slip stitch into the first cluster stitch. Here I'm inserting the hook into 3 strands of the cluster to make it look nice. The third round is ready, and all these, what we have right now, is the foundation for the next round of spiral petals. Before we start working on the next round, let's see the direction of work. First, I'll be working around the chain stitches on the right from our bead here, going down to round 2. Then around the bead on round 2, here, and then going back the same way, working through the stitches we made. Here on top, I'll be working around the bead to create the spiral. I'll be working around the posts of stitches here. Let's start round 4 and see how to do it. Turn the work a bit to have chance to work around the chain stitches that we started the previous round with. Around this chain of 3, like this, single crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then go lower and around the same chain there are 2 chain stitches, single crochet 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Here you can see I worked around the chain we started the previous round with. Continue work around the post of the treble on round 2, which is to the left from our first bead. Around the post of the treble, single crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now turn the work clockwise to work around the chain stitches we made on the beginning of round 2. It is on the opposite side from this first bead. Under the chain, here it is. Under this chain, single crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, continue, 4, and 5. Now turn the work counterclockwise to work the second row. I'll be working through the single crochet stitches we've just made. To begin the second row, chain 1 and single crochet 5 in a row starting from the first stitch. Do not skip any stitches of previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now turn a bit and continue single crochet into each of next 5 single crochet stitches that are on the other side of the bead. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then continue through the following stitches. Single crochet 2 into each of next 2 stitches. 1 and 2, and into the next stitch, single crochet 1 and 2. Now half double crochet into the following stitch. And let's stop here for a while to see what we've made. We have completed the bottom part of the first spiral petal, which is around the bead of the lower round. Now I'll continue working around this bead on the top round to complete the spiral and the first petal. Now I'll continue working through the back loops of the following stitches, like this. So double crochet into the back loop of the next stitch. Front loops should be free as we need to work into them later. Then double crochet twice into the back loop of the next stitch. 1 and double crochet into the same back loop. 2. Continue and treble crochet twice into the back loop of each next 2 stitches. Yarn over the hook twice for the treble and treble crochet twice into the following back loop. 1 and 2. Into the back loop of the next stitch, work the same. Treble crochet 1 and 2. Now into the back loop of the next stitch, treble crochet 3 times. 1, 2, and treble crochet 1 more time into the same stitch, into the back loop. 3. Here close to the bead we have a row of free loops. Here is the last free loop. Let me pull it out. A row of free loops which we will be working into them later on. Continue working around the post of treble crochet stitch which is on the other side of a bead. So turn the work a bit for your convenience, and under the post of the treble, here it is, treble crochet 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last treble 6. Continue working under the same post. Double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. Now continue working into the free loops on the opposite side of the bead. Here they are. Single crochet into each of next 5 free loops we have. Single crochet into the first free loop, into the second one, into the third one, fourth, and into the last one. 5. Now turn the work to continue working through the stitches we've just made. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and starting from the first stitch of previous row, single crochet into each of next 5 stitches. But before we continue with the second row of stitches, let's take a look at our spiral. Here is the front of the flower. We are here in the center of the spiral. Now I'll work around the bead through the same stitches we've made. So I'll repeat. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn and start the row, and single crochet into each of next 5 stitches of previous row. Do not skip any stitches on the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then continue and single crochet into each of next 9 stitches of previous row. 1, continue, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now work a slip stitch into the following stitch. Now continue chain 4 to lower the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and work a slip stitch into the single crochet stitch that we worked 3 trebles into. Here is this single crochet. Slip into the single crochet and tie it up. Now we can continue this round and work into the chain space of 9. Into this chain space of 9, single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now slip into the following cluster stitch. From this point, we can begin the second petal working the exact same way as the first one we've just completed. Let's stop for a while and take a look at the first petal, which is completely ready. This is the front. You can see the first petal is worked around 2 beads, one on the lower round and another on the top one. And it has very nice and beautiful shape. And this is the back. Now continue this round and crochet petals following the same instructions as for the first one. You should make 7 more petals. Once all of our petals are ready, there are 8 of them. I single crocheted 10 into the last chain space, and now to complete the round, make a slip stitch into the first cluster stitch of previous round. Here, insert the hook into the cluster stitch from the back and slip into. Now the flower is ready. You can cut off the yarn and hide all tails. So this is the front of the flower. This is how it looks from the back. All the beads and spiral petals are on the front. Now to the center of this flower you can sew a larger bead, what I'm going to do. Thank you so much for watching, and don't miss our next projects.